Alright guys, hi, my name is Nathan, or actually it's not Nathan, but my my artist's name is Nathan, so I will use this one. And I never thought that I'd actually make a video like this, just talking, like it's usually just me singing and making music and just basically songs on YouTube, but I've always kind of wanted to like talk to some random people on the internet, so I decided to finally start this project. And what can I say? I've had a few projects in the past where I wanted to make a YouTube channel, and I've started with Let's Plays like when I was 13 years old and didn't really work out, and then I made like creepypastas or some sort of stuff, I don't know. And now I'm here talking to a camera because I'm 23 years old now, and in the last, like, it's 2024 now, and in the last 4 years, like so many people, I have gone through a major period of self-criticism and self-development, and that's the reason why I'm making this video and many more of this kind, hopefully, because I want to add my share of videos to YouTube. And I've always kind of been into the whole self-improvement YouTube scene, but there's so many people, there's a lot of famous people, a lot of people who aren't famous but are still making videos, and also a lot of people in between. And I always said to myself, no, just whatever you do, don't enter this circle of like creators, because you'll either drown, you'll enter some sort of beef, or you'll just, I don't know, start to hate yourself. But now I'm still doing it, and that's because of one particular sort of reason. I always noticed there's like different self-improvement content creators, and they all make like slightly different, they all have slightly different approaches. Like they all say actually very different things, and that's like my personal struggle. I follow so many people, and to be honest, I watch a lot of YouTube, and probably too much. And there's a few people who I watch, I won't name any, but well, maybe I will, maybe later in like a future video I will name a few of them, but not now, not for this video, not for my first video, because I want to explain what I'm gonna do in this one. Anyway, I follow a lot of people, and partially they say a lot of different things where I notice how I enter a struggle with my own beliefs, because I'm not a sheep whatsoever, so I don't follow people easily, but I like to get inspiration from people. And when you're like bombarded with this guy and this guy and this guy and this guy, and they all say like similar things, but in some categories they contradict themselves. Like they say different things. Like one person is like for a certain thing, the other person is against a certain thing, and they all behave like it's the only true possibility of leading your life. Like they there's no wiggle room whatsoever. There's no like space for personal thought. Like either you follow my advice and only my advice, or you don't, and then you're a Jeffrey, a Melvin, a fucking like not even a human being. And it's actually kind of hard to endure as like a consumer, like I've been so far. So I thought I'd add a little of my own insanity to the whole pod. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just I want to be the guy that has a lot of things to give, like a lot of advice, but I never want to be the one to say like you only have to follow my advice, or this guy is bad, or this religion is good or bad, or this paradigm is good or bad. Like do whatever you want, but just within your own rules. It's hard to express actually, and I'm drifting away from what I actually wanted to say in this first video. Here's what I want to do. I don't want to be this mainstream self-improvement kind of guy. Like there's hundreds of millions of people already. I want to combine this topic with something else, and here's what I want to combine it with. As I just started a sentence and I wanted to say like, how many of you know I'm a musician? But actually none of you know this, because one, this channel is actually, I don't know if anyone is gonna see this, and two, my music isn't that famous either. So yeah, so as none of you know, I'm a musician and I make music, and I'm also into self-improvement, like bettering your own self, and basically climbing the ladder of personal and career development. And I wanted to like combine those two things, because as a consumer, as I stated before, I watch a lot of content. I watch self-improvement YouTubers, and I watch singing lessons and guitar lessons and music channels, and I noticed that no one, like, yeah, really no one of these people combine those two topics. So I had a thought that I'd maybe be the first one to do that. Or of course I don't know every YouTube channel and every person on this planet, so excuse me if you're doing the same thing as I'm trying to do right in this moment. I just don't know you, and I don't want to take anything away from you, but I feel like I'm one of the few people who's actually combining like a certain topic with self-improvement, because there's a lot of singing channels, a lot of music channels, a lot of fitness channels, a lot of self-improvement, but they're all so focused, and I'm a person that always tries to combine things and tries to see the bigger picture. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to combine my interests with bettering myself. And I know that I'm probably gonna make my audience smaller with this because not everyone is a creator and not everyone is an artist. But I think I'm also helping myself because there's so many people already who make the same thing, roughly the same thing in the same industry, that I always wanted to sort of give my own thoughts into the mix, but I was like, I can't be the 1000th person to say the same thing. So I decided to combine it, and let's just see where this goes. And actually, I have to check how far we're along in the video because I don't want to make this first one too long. And also, if I say, like, that's another problem of mine, I tend to say a lot of things and then not have any more ideas for future videos. So it's also like, alright, first topic. When I write lyrics, song lyrics, I often have the problem that it's not that I don't have any ideas, it's just that I use them up so quickly that it's like, alright, I have this one line written and it's fucking genius, and the whole topic of my song that I intended to write is now written within one line. And then I'm like, alright, and now? So I wanted to write a song and now I've written like one bar or two bars, and my whole idea is already like portrayed into a two-liner, and I'm like, alright, how can I ever keep up with this? Like, how can I write another like two verses and a chorus and a bridge possibly to fit this one line I've written where I already said everything that I wanted to say. And usually what happens is either I'm like, I have a good day and I write like something that's genius through and through, which rarely happens, I have to be honest. Or it's like, alright, the first two lines are great, the first verse is alright, or maybe also, yeah, I like it. And then the chorus is like usually, I mean, I like my chorus melodies, but usually when I start to write something, and that's a whole different video, like how you start to write songs. But when I make a project, usually the first verse is what I start with, and it's also usually the best verse lyrically, and that's very hard as an artist to accept that not all your lyrics are the same quality, and especially within one song, within one project, not every line is on the same level as all the other lines, because you know, you have this opener line, this like BAM, and this one line is just so good, and then you're like, all right, and now, so what do I write now? It's really hard because you just want to keep a certain standard, and especially when English is not your mother tongue, like in my case, it's not the easiest thing to write lyrics in general, and it's certainly not easier to write anything that's substantially more amazing than average. So yeah, I always struggle with this. Like, I write one good line and then the rest is sort of meh, and especially like the chorus is alright, the first verse is great, the chorus is alright, Or if I start with the chorus, then the chorus is great and the first verse is alright, but the second verse is usually just bullshit and filler, and I don't know. And it's this whole different topic to, you know, just write the second verse, and as soon as the second verse is as good as the first one, then you have a song that you're satisfied with. At least it's my experience, because whenever the lyrics are set and you're satisfied with them, the rest just flows out of you. And yeah, that's basically, I wanted to do a whole different video. I wanted to do like, I've written a Reddit post earlier today actually, and I wanted to make this into a video, but now I've like started talking and introducing myself and stuff and stuff and stuff and blah blah blah, and it's already too late to like introduce a whole new topic. So yeah, maybe for a future video, but for this one I think I'm gonna leave it as it is now. Just tell me if you encounter the same problems as an artist. And yeah, I don't know how this whole fucking YouTube thing works. I'm just trying to figure it out. I hope you found something interesting in this video. I hope I can help you out, and maybe in the future you can help me out. That's the main reason I'm making this channel. I'm just kidding. And yeah, I was scared that I didn't have enough topics to actually start a channel, that I would like make one video and then my mind would be blank and I didn't have any more ideas. But now that I started talking, it's actually not that hard, and I've actually gotten a lot more ideas while making this video. So this is hyping me up for real right now, because I finally started this thing. And yeah, if you wanna join me, if you're an artist and you want a self-improvement channel that's focused on creators, then go ahead and follow me. And yeah, I hope we see each other soon in another video. Take care.